So here we are on the back side of our very large Mulgoba tree. And as you might know from watching previous videos, this tree used to be even larger than it is now. And Hurricane Wilma came and just blew every branch, damaged every branch that was on there, twisted, broke everything except for there was one lateral branch, very low lateral branch on the other side of the tree that survived. That was the only one. We had to trim the tree way back to healthy growth, and what happened after that was that the sprouts coming off of all the areas of the remaining tree just had so much energy. There's roots all over the place, huge trunk, lots of food stored in this plant, and so of course those sprouts grew incredibly quickly. It was like Jack and the Beanstalk kind of stuff. And so we have very tall vertical branches. It seems to be almost as big as it was, 15 years ago. The problem is that it is impossible to pick like anything above 20 feet. And this tree is well over 20 feet. So we see a lot of bloom on the top part of the tree, and all of that fruit will hit the ground and pretty much be not usable because Mulgoba is a very soft fruit. It's just no fiber. It bruises very easily. I love it, but that is a big drawback. So the plan is that we're going to cut a lot of the back of the tree off. Why is that? There's no low branch on this side. The branches start maybe 15 feet up. And then, of course, all the growth from that point is mostly up. So the only way to really use this space is to get rid of all of this basically useless part of the tree because it's too high to reach fruit, and let some more sunshine in. Also, take a lot of the height off of the tree, on the other side also, so that hopefully we can encourage more lateral growth and more reachable fruit. So the plan is that this whole section of the tree is going to be gone. All of those branches start like 20 feet up in the air, so you add 25 feet, 30 feet to that 20-foot point, and you're talking tall. So anyway, it's going to get cut back to almost where the main trunk is, and hopefully we'll be able to manage this tree better in the future. So what a difference a day makes. The tree trimmers recently left, and a lot of this Mulgoba mango tree is now gone also. A lot of work went on today, and we now have this side of the tree is well under 20 feet. There are very large chunks of branches here, and those were just a lot of work to cut up and put through a chipper. So basically, they're here for a while. They're very heavy. So at the very least, those big Mulgoba logs, and I mean, log just doesn't do it justice. It's just huge. They'll be either used in some sort of wood turning or carving, or, of course, a resting place when I'm working in this area. Eventually, those logs, or whatever remains of those logs after people have used them for wood turning, for instance, will just be part of the property. They'll decompose and just eventually become part of the soil here. But the good news is we got a lot of this tree cut back. The last time it was seriously trimmed was in 2005 by Hurricane Wilma, and that was unintentional. This was very intentional. And there are two reasons that I wanted this done. And one is, of course, we couldn't reach a lot of the high fruit. So any branch that was out of reach got cut. And most of the branches, especially lower branches on the other side of the tree, have, like panicles, small fruit on them. And so hopefully we'll get fruit that develops on those panicles, and we'll be able to reach that. Even though we cut hundreds of, or probably thousands of panicles off of this tree, we didn't lose any fruit that we could actually use because it was all out of reach. That fruit would have, if it had matured, would have fallen to the ground and become like mango sauce. If you don't eat it immediately, then it develops off flavors. So anyway, it looks drastic, but really it was the right thing to do. And the other benefit from trimming this tree is that this area where I'm standing will now become more usable for growing other things. For instance, a small mango tree, but other tropical fruits and such. So, reachable fruit and fewer shadows to deal with for the other fruit that we might grow. So the fun stuff about this wood is that, it's all pretty darn healthy. Some of the big trees up in the front of the property, when we cut them back, they're actually hollow inside the core of the trunks. But this is all nice, healthy wood all the way through. So, like I was mentioning, that one mango bowl that we have was actually carved from a chunk of wood like this, and they left the bark on it and took all the wood out here and carved the bowl that way. So it's very interesting. It's a great effect if you want to do something different and you happen to be a wood turner. Of course, if you're a wood turner, you probably already know about that. But anyway, we've got some really nice wood, so hopefully some of it can go to something that's sort of artsy.